Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Metal Gear University.
I am T.
And I am Kay. And today, ladies, gentlemen, datums, this is the final episode in which we'll talk about Metal Gear Solid 4.
Thank God.
I mean, we might have some 201s about topics in this game, but
Yeah,
this is
but
a final
that's
101.
different. That's different.
This
That is stuff that I like.
You welcome.
It's not that like I hate doing 101s. I do like them. It's
You
just
heard it here first.
I-
T hates his podcast.
no, I don't hate my podcast. I've been doing this for half a year. I want to I want to do something else now.
Did you think we'd get up to 14?
Honestly, no. I think before this, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 was our longest one, and I think that was 9 episodes. And I thought that 4 would be like maybe 10 or 11.
Psych. Also, mind you, this episode is just about the epilogue. It's not even about gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done with the gameplay.
This is just
We're just
post game.
honestly, we're just going to be talking now. Like,
I mean, we always talk.
well, yeah, I mean, but this is more of a like a movie club meeting rather
like
than
a book club discussion.
yeah.
I hear you. But before we jump in, everyone, thank you always for listening, for joining us today. As always, you can find us on YouTube, on wherever you get podcasts. And if you'd like to email us, you can email us at itstkandm@gmail.com. That is itstkandm@gmail.com. I read every email. We read every email. And send us anything. Topics for future episodes, that you hate the show, that you love the show. If you want to wish me happy birthday, that's cool too.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. That wasn't me trying to like fish for compliments.
Yeah, no, it's okay to fish for a compliment, I guess. But happy birthday.
Thank you. It's funny. I have an old birthday, but a coworker of mine was like, "Wow, you're still such a baby." And I felt good. It was
Good.
nice to be in that kind of like in both realms in my mind. Yeah. Anyway, it was a good birthday. I played D&D for the first time. T, you've played it once or twice before?
I've played it a couple of times. I played one campaign, but that was like years ago. And what we did the other day, it might as well have been my first time.
It was so fun.
It was.
I get it, you fucking nerds. I get it. I want to do it again. I want to do it.
Wasn't it fun?
It was just honestly, it was cool to see everyone's imagination. I was kind of like getting it, but it was cool to see what was possible, and we had a really good DM.
Yeah. Yeah, they
So-
were really cool.
I would do it again.
When I told you it was literally just like Baldur's Gate, but the board game, that's what it is.
Yeah, but I didn't really play Baldur's Gate like that. Now I will though.
Mhm.
Now I will. I get it. It was cool, and that was thanks to you. Thank you for planning that for my birthday.
You're welcome.
We also went to the New York Video Game Critics gaming festival. Well, it was just called like GG Fest.
Yeah, it was the event before the New York Game Awards, which I did not tune in to see what won Game of the Year.
Oh, your favorite game.
Oh, Expedition 33?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off.
We're gonna play it, and then I'm gonna come back to this episode and be like, "You were talking mad shit."
I know. And you know what's funny?
I'm such a hater.
I was talking to Johnny
Of Metal Gear Resurrections
of Metal Gear Zaddies and
Gaming Zaddies.
Gaming Zaddies. So I'm sorry. I'm
You- wait, you-
conflating the two.
Yes, Gamer Zaddies. I mean, this is a man of many talents, many crafts. So apologies, Johnny. We know it's Gamer Zaddies.
And I was talking about this with him, and he said that he had the exact opinion. And if I remember right, he said that he either played the beginning of it himself or he saw it for himself, and he was like, "Nah, you got to see it." And I was like, "That good?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's actually kind of that good."
Okay. I mean, we'll probably play it on stream. I have a lot of things I want to play on stream, so maybe sometime in the middle of this year. And then you can, bite your tongue and take back what you said.
I will see. I will have to see it for myself.
But the New York Video Game Critics Circle, honestly, I'm new to them. I had no idea about them. We just found the festival. It was very cute. We actually met some Metal Gear fans there. It's always funny how you can find the Metal Gear fans.
No, it's kind of funny because like we were just kind of chilling. We were waiting for a concert from it was like the
Super massive.
yeah, for the people who made Hades and a bunch of other games. And Kay just was like, "Hey, turn around." And then it was like a guy wearing the the Metal Gear Solid Delta puffer jacket that was like a promotional item for Delta. And we were like, "Oh wow." And then next to that dude was another guy in a Fragile Express button up, and I was like, "Oh, look at these dorks,
Let's go talk to
my
them.
people." And we were like hyping ourselves up, and we were like, "Are we just gonna go over there and say hi?" It's like I guess that's what we do, right? I mean, they're wearing Kojima's shit. It's gonna be easy to talk to. So then we do it, and we got over our fears, and then we said hi, and they were very nice people.
They're very
They were
nice.
very cool.
And look at us being social.
Being social, I know.
Half the battle was just getting there, and then when you get there, you gotta like get over the other hump of talking to people.
Yeah, to people who are like listening to us, and you're thinking to yourselves, "What TK? You guys like talk so naturally," and no, you meet us in real life, and we're borderline nonverbal.
The two of us.
We're like, "Don't fucking talk to me."
Oh my
And
God.
like and not in a mean way. We're just like not very talkative.
Like I love you, T. There's sometimes where I don't even know what to tell you.
No, I get it. I get it, man.
Oh my God. Okay, let's keep going. Great birthday. Thank you. I'm old, and I'm excited to talk about Metal Gear Solid 4, and I'm excited for other episodes we have planned. Um, anything else, T?
Yes. I have a thing that we were talking about this earlier today, and you made a post about it.
Oh,
What does the term multiple mean?
like when you think of the word multiple, how many of
Like
the item?
what's the lowest could an item be in count before it is not multiple?
That was so.
I know I'm being very weird about it right now. I
No,
said that
if
very
you
wrong.
have multiple of something, how many do you have?
Yes. If you have multiple of something,
It's
how
three
many?
or more.
It's two.
That makes no sense. That means you have two. You have a pair. You have some. You have a few. Even a few, I would say, is like, like more than 3 under 10. If you have multiple, it's above 3.
So if I said I have a few marbles and I bring out
Yeah,
two marbles,
no,
that's not a few
no,
marbles.
it's 3 to 10.
If I say I have a okay, I remember saying this to you earlier. If I have two gloves
Yeah.
and I say I have multiple gloves,
No.
okay. So if I have a pair of gloves and then I have another pair of gloves and I say I have multiple gloves.
Yeah, because that's 4 of them.
But no, it's two pairs.
That's Tom.
It's
No.
two pairs of gloves.
Tom,
I have multiple gloves.
Tom, you're just wrong. Let's go.
I am not wrong.
Let's go into the pop quiz.
I wrote 3 questions.
Multiple questions.
They are multiple questions, but if I wrote 2 questions, that would be multiple questions.
No, you wrote 2 questions.
If I wrote a question that was multiple choice and it was only A and B, is that not?
Usually that's true or false. It's not even multiple
No,
choice.
no. It wouldn't be a true or false
Yes.
question. It would just be a multiple choice question.
If it's multiple choice, it's usually 4 choices.
Yeah,
or
usually
3.
that's like a cultural signifier. But like what I'm
First,
getting at.
If it's a multiple choice, it's not
Question
gonna be...
number 1. Question number 1. What did GW server room look like?
there was multiple servers in that room.
What did it look like?
It was a bunch of servers lined up, multiple amounts, and they and when Old Snake walked in, there were holograms of like the flowers. Was it the of Bethlehem? Like the flowers that the boss had in Metal Gear Solid 3 that kind of signify her.
Yeah, but like what did they say that the room looked like?
It was just a whole bunch of servers in there.
Yeah, but like they said something specifically.
A grave? Cemetery. A graveyard.
There you go. You are correct.
Okay.
I had to fish it out of you on that one. You gave multiple answers. Question number 2. And this one's a two-parter. Some would say multiple
Just
parter.
okay. You're beating it to death.
I don't care. What's the name of Sonny's virus, and what was its purpose?
Sonny's virus was called Fox Alive, and its purpose was to sever the ties of JD and the other AI, but leave society intact.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Great work.
Thank you.
Question number 3. Where was the analog stick located when Ocelot grappled Snake from behind?
Is this really like a lore relevant question?
No, I just thought it would be fun.
Well, when Ocelot grabs you and you have to move the analog stick to get out of his grasp, it is conveniently placed on the screen at Snake's crotch.
You are correct. Are you ready to move on to the final discussion of Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yes, I am so ready. Like it's okay. Let's just go. Let's go in. I'm
All
ready.
right.
Metal Gear Solid 4. What can I say? What can anyone say?
One can say a lot about 14 parts worth.
And here we are at the epilogue. And again, this episode, the last hour and a half, 2 hours almost, is just cutscenes. There's no gameplay. You are watching a short film about every character you can possibly think of and their story being wrapped up in a nice little bow.
Yeah. Every character who is alive gets a moment here.
Which I ideally that's what you want. You know, like the post credit scene in a movie. Everyone's like, "Oh, Snake went on to blah blah." You know what I mean? Like,
yep, and that's this.
I will say before we jump into this, we ended. I think last episode we touched it briefly, but the whole situation of Ocelot kissing Old Snake.
Yeah, I remember you wanted to touch on that.
And I don't think we really just took a moment to think about why that was there. What was the point? I mean, for one, we know Kojima and the homoeroticism in this series. It's consistent enough for it to be a theme.
Mhm.
A lot of his characters are gay. Argue with your mother. Like I don't care. Like a lot of these characters are very very gay. But I feel like in this like it was played up for comedy. I think like little smooch, little grab, a little analog stick. Like some that was a little comedic effect. But I feel like the kiss was very important. I felt like that was there
That
for a reason.
that did feel sincere.
Yeah, it felt like an actual kiss.
Yeah.
And to me, I always see this scene as like this is Ocelot in theory kissing Big Boss. He is kissing and like also he's fighting. I mean, it's the lesser clone. It's not a complete clone of Big Boss, but he's fighting the embodiment of what he loved about Big Boss.
Yeah, and it's like the closest he's ever going to get to be around Big Boss again.
And throughout the series, I think especially on 3, it's kind of said explicitly like on the battlefield, like that's when you're most alive. That's where you belong. Like this is what you're made for. I forgot, was it Metal Gear 2? I think we mentioned in the last episode where um Big Boss in Metal Gear 2 is like you feel the most alive like on the battlefield. This is where you're meant to do.
Mhm.
You actually really kind of love it, you know? And so for Ocelot to fight Old Snake up there, just the two of them, Ocelot already at that point failed in his mission, so what else does he have? He could have just shot him, killed him, whatever, but it was an actual they fought like
it was something
heroically.
it was something personal.
So, and I mean, how do you feel about T like that kiss? Like, does it mean anything to you? Do you just brush it off? Is it not important?
In all honesty, like in the first couple of times I played that game, I never even encountered that because it's an optional thing that happens. It only happens when Ocelot grapples you,
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't always happen. And then it only happens if you don't do anything when he grapples you. So like 99% of players, they're going to see the prompt to wiggle the analog stick above Snake's dick, and they're gonna wiggle it, right? But if you don't, that's when the kiss happens, and most people don't, and that's almost seen as like an Easter egg. But the fact that it does happen and the way that it does happen and how it's framed and everything, I kind of take it in a way where, like I said earlier, that like Ocelot was so infatuated with Big Boss, and this last fight is something that is an echo of the past. I mean, this whole game is like an echo of the past. So, like, we're just coming off of 3, and if you think about it, this is like almost reminiscent of when Big Boss and Ocelot fought in the plane,
Mm-hmm.
and Ocelot is probably reliving that moment and wishing to do what he wished he could have done back then. You know?
Yeah. I think it's also significant because in 3, in that last airplane fight, Ocelot isn't trying to kill Snake.
Oh no, he's in it for the love of the game.
And that's exactly
That's
this
this.
fight, because too, you only get this, like you said, like it's an optional moment if you don't move the analog stick, which means you fail the quick time event.
Mhm.
Typically, you fail quick time event, what happens? You die, you
Yeah.
get harmed. You fail the quick time event,
Nothing happens.
you get a kiss.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's just with the love of I don't like. He knows also too. Probably, I'm not gonna kill this man. I'm doing this for the love of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I bet I can dig deeper into it. I mean, I said last episode, I really do think there's like some religious allegory to all of this, and like, you know, like you like you just said, maybe he wishes he would have kissed Big Boss, but at this point all he can kiss is the representation of that man, the man he loved, and this is the closest I'll get.
The nobody.
The nobody.
I'm Kingdom Hearts brained right
So
now.
who is Big Boss's Heartless?
Liquid?
You know
That
what?
kind of makes
No,
sense.
because the nobody is like the soul, isn't it?
Well, like I'm just thinking like on Kingdom Hearts 2. Like I feel like Solid Snake is more Raxus.
Yeah, because Roxas, I think, is the soul of it, and then the Heartless is the body. So yeah, Liquid would be the.
Because it's the dominant. Yo, look at the big brain on me.
So Big Boss has a Heartless and a nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
So he kissed his nobody.
He kisses nobody.
But I think it was a fitting end to Ocelot, and I think even at the end, all he sees is Big Boss. Because at the end, when he's dying, his last words weren't they, "You're pretty good"?
Yeah. I mean, he does acknowledge that Snake is like his father though.
But all he does is talk about Big Boss.
Yeah. So like maybe it's like one of those things where like he knows it's Solid Snake, but he sees his face and all he thinks about is Big Boss. You know?
Damn, it's like you you can't get over your ex.
Nah, you really can't. He's been on that man since the 60s.
Since the 60s, just every face he looks at, it's Big Boss. And honestly, kind of like Kingdom Hearts and Ansem, there's so many big bosses. Especially in this, there's so many big bosses.
You know, it oddly fits.
Because you have a 3 cloned, and then you have like the S3 plan, and then you have like the genome, like, you know what I mean?
And
like,
then you have the Raiden switch up. It fits.
It's kind of Metal Gear Solid is Kingdom Hearts.
Huh.
Which one came off? Oh yeah, obviously Metal Gear Solid. But I don't know.
I dig that though. I kind of fuck with that.
But anyway, I definitely wanted to talk about Ocelot because I just think his character is. I honestly, I feel like I have a grasp on his character, and I always feel so confident in my understanding of him. And then I'll watch a video, and I'm like, oh shit, damn! Like, it's just so much you could pick apart.
Yeah, and honestly, like Ocelot is that kind of character where you can kind of make almost anything fit. I feel like he's such an enigma, and he double, triple, quadruple crosses so many people that he's like this like tangled net of wires that you kind of have to like really analyze where they go to get like a clearer picture.
And you know what? Now that we're talking about Ocelot, I am curious because we have notes, but I feel like it's okay to jump around a little bit.
Yeah, let's bounce around.
So with Ocelot specifically, like his whole point was to be like king of the hill. But we learned later in a lot of lore, especially lore from a certain person, that he really wanted to get back at the Patriots. Like he was doing this to fight back.
Yes.
And my question to you is why?
You see, this is like a whole. This is the complicated bundle of wires that I'm talking about.
Yeah, because like I mean we know the whole dissolution of the oh my god, I'm blanking on their name. Metal Gear Solid 4 has just been
The Patriots?
yeah, the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid 3, the
The
group,
philosophers?
the philosophy,
Yeah.
but no, that'd be the Patriots, right? Like I'm talking about
No.
paramedic,
Oh, yeah,
Zero.
that's the Patriots.
Patriots. Sorry, my mind.
You're good.
But like they were all together, and then they kind of broke apart and whatever. But as far as Ocelot wanting to get back at the Patriots, was the only reason due to Big Boss being dead, and he basically kind of was acting of his own, like maybe this is what Big Boss actually wanted, or
Well,
like was he acting for Big Boss or in what he thought he would want?
okay. So from what I understand, after Big Boss split, Eva and Ocelot kind of went leaning on Big Boss.
Mhm.
Like there was like a civil war between the Patriots.
Yeah,
When Big Boss got,
yeah, and died.
he wasn't fully dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots modeled, the S3 plan and not the S3 plan. I'm forgetting the name now. The Sons of the Patriot system.
Mm-hmm.
After all of that bullshit with his DNA and all that stuff. And the only way to wake up Big Boss was to destroy the system. And the only way to destroy the system was to destroy the servers. And the only way to destroy the servers in a reliable way was to trick the Patriots into thinking that it was Liquid mounting an insurrection because it was part of the script. Like I think that like on like a meta level, like I think Kojima is very aware of the repeating stories. And this was like a way of like having that repeated story be weaponized. And having the Patriots assume that it is Liquid mounting an insurrection and sending in Solid Snake because that's what the algorithm proclaims.
So they almost wanted Solid Snake to do what he was another puppet.
Yes.
It's really sad if you think about it that even at the end, Old Snake was a puppet to this larger scheme.
Yeah, he thought he was the rebel. And even in his most rebellious days, he was not the rebel.
And it was all in a plot to not revive, but wake up Big Boss.
I guess you could say revive as well.
Which is surprise.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing.
He's such a cool dude.
Should we just I mean
You just want to bounce around?
Yeah, because like again, the epilogue, it's funny because like we jump from like Meryl's getting married, then we jump to Raiden, then we jump to Old Snake at the cemetery. So it kind of goes back and forth. But since we're on Old Snake and Big Boss, we can just jump there and go back.
Okay.
So yeah, this man is fucking alive. Big Boss is alive. He looks better than Old Snake.
He does. He looks fantastic.
He has a trench coat. He's standing tall. He has no scarring on his face. And I think to like add salt to the wound, there's a point where like he uses CQC on Old Snake. And he uses CQ. Oh, I hate this man so much. Okay. I didn't even know where to begin. So there is so much lore that this man drops at the end. There is so much lore and reasoning behind why basically every game happened and why everything is so fucked up. But even at the end of his life, this man will place blame on anyone but himself. Big Boss here tells you again that the whole plan with Ocelot and shutting down the Patriot system and you being a puppet was purposeful to get him back out. and like Ocelot was basically doing this, in his steed, and so like, so first off, fuck you then, Old Snake. Like you thought you were being, like you said, T, noble. I was playing 4D chess.
From the hospital bed. No, and this is completely unrelated, but I know we're gonna like upset a lot of Big Boss Glazers, but even in 4, where you could say that he's at his most redeemable, he does something here that like I feel like is like psychotic, where like Snake goes to this graveyard to die.
Yes.
He comes here to kill himself.
This is my final mission.
It's juxtaposed with a scene of Meryl's wedding, and like, yay, everyone's so happy, so cute. Where's Old Snake? It cuts. This man has a fucking gun in his mouth. Also, how noble of this man to do it at the graveyard so they don't have much to clean up when he's done.
It's so sad because like the way that it's framed and the way like you could tell that this hurts him. He doesn't want to do it, but like in his mind, if he doesn't, he's gonna cause some sort of like bioweapon catastrophe or something.
And I think also this is like the last choice he can make.
Mm-hmm.
So he did the one choice of like, remember, he's like, only I can complete this mission. Only I can go in the server room and blah blah. And at the end of his life, I can choose when I die.
Yes, and that is very noble. And while Snake is going through this goddamn crisis, Big Boss is like eyeing him like around the corner. And he only interjects when Snake chooses not to kill himself. Mind you,
He would have watched him.
mind you, Big Boss knows that the fox die in his system is fine. He's not going to kill anybody.
Oh wait, talking about Old Snake?
Yes.
Okay, should we just touch on that real quickly?
It's just that
yeah,
I want to
Yeah,
touch
sorry,
on
okay,
this.
okay.
I want to touch on this. Big Boss is standing around the corner watching Snake with a gun in his mouth, knowing why he's going to kill himself, and he chooses not to say anything. He only says something when Snake decides not to do it. And then
not even this. He appears, right? Snake, gun out of his mouth. Big Boss runs to him, does some CQC shit at the graveyard when Old Snake's already at his lowest. And then this
hugs
man,
him.
no, this man has the audacity to CQC him, put him into a hug, and say, "Let it go, my son." I can throw up. I can throw up. Okay, first of all, how dare you? Like in God's great earth, what? Okay, and that's not even the end of it, T. That's not even the end of it. He is there. Let it go, my son. This anger, this pain. First off, who are you? And then he goes on this whole lore tirade. Who gives a fuck? Okay, this whole lore tirade, and then at the end,
Let the hate flow through you.
At the end of everything, talking about the plan, and like it was to like shut down the system, and it was really, Asla working basically with him, and now he's out and good. He says at the root of it, you know whose fault it is? Why don't you, let's go turn around and look. My man wheeled out Zero. Zero is basically in a wheelchair, incapable, like, I don't know the correct term, but like,
He doesn't know what's going on.
he's either in a coma, he's comatose,
He's got dementia or something.
because he's sitting there looking straight ahead, not talking, on an oxygen tank.
And you know what? Fair. Because that man was old in 3. It's a miracle that he made it this far.
Yes. Big Boss wheeled this old man out to the graveyard, points at him, and says it's his fault. It's his fault, and it has to end. And you know what he does? He turns off the oxygen tank for Zero. What are we doing? Make it make sense.
Like Zero's gonna do anything now. Like, well, you think Zero's gonna like up and start the Patriots again? Man doesn't even know what day it is.
I'm just like...
Like, I know...
Also, you go first, sorry.
Like, I know it's a symbolic thing, and Big Boss is talking about, like, when one becomes 0, the world becomes 1, and we must bring it back to nothing. And, I understand the wider scope. I'm not blind to that. It's just that like when you zoom in and you like really like just look at what they're doing. This is crazy.
Think about how pathetic you look too. How pathetic that you are literally at the end of your life, also very old, and you're pointing to someone who can't defend themselves, someone who can't talk, someone who's not even mentally there, and you are so full of anger and hate. You're like, it's your fault. It's you. And that person can't even respond.
But then he turns around to Snake and goes, "It's time to let it go."
You know what I mean?
This man has been like Big Boss was waging war with Major Zero for decades. He turns to Snake and goes, "It's time to let conflicts be bygones, you know? It's time to just let everything just go to the wayside. Excuse me real quick. Let me just get a pillow." And I just smothered this old man to death.
You know? And then like I mean honestly, your point of him not stopping old Snake from killing himself is so important.
No, okay.
Maybe he was like, I knew he wouldn't do it.
To me, that's even more psychotic than the Zero part.
He's like, I knew he wouldn't do it.
No, because like really imagine like there's an alternate timeline, and it was very close to happening where like Big Boss is standing there with Zero, and Big Boss is like thinking to himself,
It's like, nah.
"Look at him. A real soldier wouldn't really kill himself." Oh, I was going to tell him that the fox dye virus actually wasn't going to he didn't have to do that. Oh, I guess I might as well kill Zero while I'm here. Like, what was he going to do?
And then he tiptoes away.
He just tiptoes away. Like, what was he going to do?
Okay, and this is another thing too. And like someone else that I'm angry at, Naomi. Yes, we have more to say about Naomi. The issue, okay. So last we technically saw of her was her little uploaded video in the server room. And basically, giving props to Sunny. I'm glad she did that. It was and then she tried to claim everything that Sunny did. But she gave props to Sunny. She's like, Sunny actually was basically the lead. Sunny actually wrote a lot more code than she wanted her to or expected her to.
Mhm.
But I guess Naomi meant to tell Snake more. You say that she probably would have told Snake that this about Fox died.
If she somehow were to be alive, I think she would have told him.
So essentially, Big Boss, in his moment of beating down Old Snake, he says that the Fox Eye virus actually isn't gonna affect anyone. Like it's not. He's gonna be able to live the rest of his days with Otacon and Sunny. Which, hooray!
It's nice. That's actually some good news.
It would have been great to hear before the gun in the mouth, but
Yeah. Imagine Snake could have been like, "So I could have went to the wedding."
He missed the whole wedding.
It's like, I wish you told me that yesterday.
It's like he's looking at his watch. He's like, I can't make it.
I can't make it to the dance with Otacon.
Oh.
And then he's gonna be like, "It's gonna be real awkward when I come home." I wonder if he told Sunny.
Sunny, like Otacon had to prep Sunny and be like, "Dad's dying."
And then the door opens and Snake comes in and Otacon's like, "It's a ghost!"
He's like holding Sunny and running. Jeez. But can you explain more, T, about like this whole situation with the Fox Eye and like who it actually targets?
Okay. The fox eye that was in Big Boss's body. Not Big Boss's body, sorry. That was in Solid Snake's body. As we learned from part 2, was breaking down, and it was going to target people indiscriminately. What we find out, that shot that Drebin gave us all the way in the beginning of the game, turns out he injected us with a new strain of fox dye. And that new strain of fox dye was meant to target Eva and Ocelot and even Big Boss himself.
Amazing.
And that's just again going into like that meta narrative of like, the story's always repeating and blah blah blah.
Because in like Metal Gear Solid 1, it was targeting
all the important people. A byproduct of this new strain of fox dye is that this strain is eating the old strain of fox dye in his body, meaning that this fox dye vaccine is new and it will be okay for, I guess, another 9 years. And fortunately for Snake, he's not going to be alive for 9 more years. So he's fine.
Yeah, he essentially gets to go home and live the rest of his days with his family, as
Yeah.
opposed to like what he was planning on doing, ending his life or living in isolation for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was 6 months before he would die, and then 3 months of it. What was it? It was in 3 months. It would have been mutated to the point of affecting everybody, and then he would have died in 6 months.
Yeah.
So now he's good. Yay! Thanks, Big Boss. I mean, you know what? He's
Right.
good for one thing.
Yeah.
Good for one thing. He let Old Snake know that.
Mm-hmm. After he decided to take the gun out of his mouth. But, I guess nobody's perfect, I guess.
I mean, we also find out that earlier in the game, that body that everybody thought was Big Boss was Solidus.
Yes.
That was also another big.
Solidus was in the game. He's here.
They
See how they disrespected his corpse?
they disrespected no respect for my boy. I feel like I've loved Solidus for many years, and time after time, just disrespected, on fire, thrown in the river, like.
And you know what? I take back the term corpse because he was technically alive.
He was alive. We had another kind of similar to Metal Gear 2. There were two essentially big bosses. It's like a body double.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Because you had. I mean, it was a body double in a sense, of course, for everyone. I know you're all caught up on our episodes, but in Metal Gear, at the end of the game, you fight Big Boss, and then in Metal Gear 2, you also fight Big Boss, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So in this one, we kind of have a similar situation where it's like, oh, Big Boss, his body, he's dead, and then now he's here. It's like, how are there two?
Mm-hmm.
So we have that explanation. It was his perfect clone, Solidus.
And they use Solidus's body to basically remake Big Boss's body.
Organ donor?
Oh, never become an organ donor because that's what happens. You're gonna your skin, your organs, your teeth, even anything will be donated to reconstruct a war criminal in the hospital somewhere.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for this man?
Yes. And it's funny because this scene is like very much framed as Big Boss's redemption arc.
Yeah, my ass.
And it's funny because like when I played this game, I did feel that way.
It was propaganda.
It was. Because
but wait, you are right though, because you played it in the order that it was released.
I did, and I didn't play the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 at the time. My only impression of Big Boss is what I was told in 1, 2, and what I saw in 3. And what I saw was someone with a very sympathetic cause.
This game, or this moment, becomes very different as you play through the series. At least that's my opinion, and we'll talk about it as we cover more games.
No, I'll say it too. My opinion on this scene is very different nowadays.
We'll jump into the other games, of course, later this year, next year, but we're only talking about, to your point, T, the Big Boss we've seen in the games thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Despite this looking to be the final Metal Gear Solid game, we know it's not. I think
no, we got a couple more to go.
A couple more were released after, and those games were further backstory on multiple characters. So, like, at this point in time, I can imagine, and to your point, like you said, Big Boss felt redeemable.
Yeah, I would say
Fair.
so. And you know what? I will say, even right now, with my current knowledge of Big Boss, that there are certain times where he is sympathetic, but hold, but like in a way that, like, you know how like after Tony Soprano shoots a guy in the head And then he ponders in the distance, like, what am I here for? And then like you see it in a moment, a split moment that like, oh man, Tony kind of gets it. And then he turns around and shoots another guy in the head, and you're like, all right.
For a second, you saw the humanity.
For a second, like you see Tony Soprano look, and he sees the sunset
At the ducks, and you're
and
like,
the ducks,
oh, he's just like us.
and he's like,
he's depressed.
and he's like, what am I doing here? Yeah, well. And then he just turns around and puts somebody in a meat grinder, like.
So for a second, I will concede for a moment, and I think it is kind of sad to see someone older who just doesn't get it, or who's been harmed and has harmed so much in their life, and it's kind of like a life lost. He's like, you spend so many years and so much time on anger and hate. At the end of the day, what was it for? At the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, everything's gonna exist without the Patriots or the AI, without him.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like almost all you didn't matter.
Yeah. And I feel like Big Boss is like, I think he knows he's in the wrong in this final moment. Like he's very much aware that what he did wasn't right. And he's lamenting that to Snake. But I feel like he's unable to fully understand how to move forward. And like if he was to somehow survive this encounter with Snake and not get infected with Fox Die, if he was able to like go back home, because I don't know how he would function, because he's like a man whose sole purpose was causing violence. That's just how his brain is.
And when he even existed in a place that was such an echo chamber for years, every point of his life he had yes men. He had a crew who followed him blindly. So to come to the point where he's kind of looking at old Snake, it's almost like a mirror.
Mm.
And not only that, the mirror, the person in the mirror is trying to kill themselves. Like it's like you get to a point where you're like you said, he may not have the words or the capability to really kind of digest his life, but he knows it's not right. And I think that's further proven by him coming to the graveyard, and basically where everyone is at the grave of the boss.
Mm-hmm.
So Snake's specific section of this epilogue, he is in front of the boss's grave, and
well, the boss is actually like a row or two away from him. He's in front of Big Boss's grave.
Oh, forgive me. I'm so sorry. Is this? Oh my god, I feel terrible right now. But the Big Boss winds up going to the boss's grave, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe that's what I'm confusing it with.
Yeah, because like you see in the initial approach with Snake approaching the grave, he passes by the boss's grave and it has the flowers on it.
I'm mistaken. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's fine.
But I think that's, to me, that was kind of significant, especially too when Big Boss is dying. Isn't he looking towards the boss's grave?
Yeah, Big Boss is well, when he dies, he's in front of the boss's grave. Yeah.
Maybe we should describe that real quickly. So Old Snake arrives to the cemetery before he does the scary, like, trying to commit suicide. He's in front of Big Boss's grave.
Mm-hmm.
The fake grave. Later, after Big Boss arrives, has his big lore dump, we find out that Fox Die is really targeting the head honchos, him included. He begins to die. In this cutscene, he winds up dying, and he falls to the ground. Old Snake's holding him, and they are in front of the boss's grave.
Yeah,
and he's like looking at it and basically lamenting just kind of where things went wrong, how he feels. And there's two issues I kind of have with this. And that the first one, when Snake is at the graveyard, I would have loved if, we never see a grave for him, but if there was some kind of nod to Gray Fox.
Yeah. I know that according to canon, and I will say Metal Gear University sticks to canon as much as we can. Snake is saluting Big Boss's grave. But to me personally, I feel that Snake wouldn't be saluting Big Boss's grave. Now, I know that we've been ragging on Big Boss for going on about 47 minutes, but hear me out. And I would say this as a Big Boss glazer. Just walk with me here. Solid Snake detested Big Boss so much that he refused to use CQC up until the point where it became mandatory because everybody was starting to use it by the time 4 comes around.
Mm-hmm.
He hated this man. And I don't understand the logic of him saluting his grave.
Even if it was supposed to be this air of forgiveness, of like laying it to rest, I don't feel that's accurate because even Big Boss in this moment says, it's time for you to find a new lease on life. It's time for you to, live your own life. I think for him to say that, in my mind, means that story wise, Old Snake wasn't going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's you only say that I feel like in a story if the character is unwilling to change or feels differently.
Yeah. And I feel, and I felt at the time when I was like first playing this game, that he was saluting Gray Fox's grave because that was his friend. Like before he met Otacon, that was like his main buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Gray Fox was the guy that I think inspired Snake to realize that there's more to life than just doing this dumb crap all the time.
I feel like Gray Fox is a big inspiration for his speech in Metal Gear Solid 2 to Raiden.
Oh, 100%.
Because in Metal Gear 2, we learn more about Gray Fox and like his not only his relation to Naomi and that whole beautiful and traumatic story of taking her in, but then Gray Fox had a lover as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had this man who sadly was just so just used by Big Boss and the system, and war was so just changed and destroyed by it, but even at the end was so like conflicted and loyal to his people that he died at the end for his friend, for what was just and right. And so I think if you're going to salute to somebody, it's someone who fulfilled a mission, the mission. And I think to like bring it back to the boss, like what's the point? It's about humanity, community, connection, a world without borders. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that point of just like togetherness. And I feel like at the end of his life, Gray Fox knew that and showed that.
Mm-hmm.
And he even fought that in Metal Gear Solid 1, where he was like, so brainwashed and robotic. At the end, he was able to fight through all that conditioning.
Yeah, and he found himself.
And sacrificed himself for the greater good.
Yeah.
So I feel like to your point, I feel like Old Snake's not even to me, it doesn't make sense that he be in the mindset to even think about Big Boss. He's more in the sense of like, I acted as a true like warrior, soldier. I did what was right and just.
Yeah.
So that's, I feel like he would have saw Big Boss's grave and be like, whatever. Like, not even like anger, just more like, whatever.
Like that was another part of my past.
Yeah, like,
I'm over it.
Yeah, like, ugh.
But anyway, that's my headcanon. Take with that what you will.
Thankfully, though, the fox that kills Big Boss in this moment, like, he's dead. He killed Zero. He goes on the whole spiel, tells Old Snake, live your life. You have a new lease, blah, blah, blah. Like, first of all, Snake is dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, he has a couple more months now, or years, but, like, he's dying. He's not going to live a full life.
No.
He's canonically in his, 30s, 40s? And
he's in his 40s.
And he's not living
No, he doesn't look 40.
Yeah, so he's not living a long life. And for you to be like, find a new lease on life, shut up. Shut up. Ooh. But anyway, we now can imagine that Snake gets to go back to his family.
And scare the hell out of Otacon.
And Sunny. So, what's funny is that, like, that's literally the end of the game. We cut the whole beginning part of this epilogue, which is a wedding.
Are you ready to talk about a wedding?
It's the wedding that Snake missed because he was, gonna go kill himself. Okay, honestly, this wedding is cute. I don't really care.
I think, I if I remember right, oh that's Raspberry.
Yeah.
Didn't they make a comic about this? That like Otacon was like, "Oh, you want to go to this wedding?" And he's like, "Nah, I actually gotta go kill myself."
I'm pretty sure.
I think she made that.
I'm pretty sure. But that's literally what happened. Because again, I cannot begin to tell you the jump scare it is, where it goes from Meryl's wedding and then it cuts to Snake in the graveyard, and you're like, oh, what's he doing? Oh my god!
Right? It's crazy.
Like it's there were there were lows, there were highs, like their best of times, they were the worst of times. Meryl gets married, and she gets married to Johnny, and they both look so handsome and so cute. And they get their closure. Meryl is marrying someone who loves her for her and chooses her over and over. And not only that, Colonel shows up.
Colonel and Meryl reconcile. Meryl does a slightly crazy thing. She points a gun at him, but let bygones be bygones, I guess.
People gotta grow, right? They just went through a whole war, you know.
Uh-huh.
But-
It's how they say hello in the war economy.
But they get married, and it's super cute, and literally everyone is there. Meg Ling is there. Drebin shows up and releases doves and flowers, like super cute. He has a new business now. We get some backstory from him, how he was a child soldier,
Mm-hmm.
and basically not went from a child soldier and then forced to become this kind of like a merchant for everybody. So we get some cool backstory, but it's cool to see that he's kind of incorporated himself into this makeshift family.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah, this is a makeshift family, yeah. And he reveals that he is actually an agent for the Patriots.
Of course.
And that Meryl's group, Rat Patrol, was just an anagram for the Patriots. If you just mix it around a
You
little
know,
bit.
let bygones be bygones. Everything's okay.
Yeah, Drebin was just basically like, "Hey, man, I had a role, but it was a job. It was just a job."
Well, if you think about it, Snake also had a role in it. He just didn't know about it.
Yeah, he just didn't know.
You know what? I think at the end of the day, big bosses who saved the day. If you really think about it.
And doesn't that make you feel so good inside?
If I wish he was real so I can kill him. I hate him so much. But cute wedding. It looked great. They were happy. Sunny, honestly, baby girl, that's my love of my life. She's so happy to be there and so cute in her little dress. And then there's a moment where like she sees someone, like a little boy who's there with a fishing rod, I guess, just in the area. And Anacon's like, you know what? Like, we can live in society if you want to now. Like, we can live outside if you want.
Yeah.
And it feels hopeful. You're like, life continues.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super cute. And that's all I really have to say about it. There's no deeper cut for me.
Yeah, there's nothing really too deep in this scene. It's just warm and fuzzy feelings in the midst of tragedy.
Another warm and fuzzy feeling, but I'm also really upset about it. Raiden. Like so it cuts to Raiden in this kind of like hospital bed situation, and he has like this new hot bod. You can tell it's like panels of like human flesh or something. Like it's not a human body, but it looks realistic.
Yeah, it feels like
It feels like
I was whatever.
What does it feel like, Tom?
What are you? What the? You're a man?
You're making me flustered. I was gonna say like
Raiden's making you flustered.
no, you're making me flustered. I was gonna say like it feels like it's like in this universe, if a soldier were to lose a limb, like that, this is what they would actually get instead of a super cool robot arm.
Like a human, realistic prosthetic.
Yeah,
And he has it over his entire body because it's my understanding that like he was.
it's his whole body.
Yeah, like he's just a head and like a spine almost.
Yeah.
So he has this new. I imagine it's the same kind of robotic stuff, but with like human elements to it. So he looks normal, kind of.
Yeah.
And in walks Rose with her cute little bob, and she leaves the door a little bit open to have this little boy come in.
Wow.
She walks in, and Ryan immediately turns away from her. Like, okay.
Here's the receipt of your misgivings
with Colonel.
with Colonel. Amazing.
And Rose is like, wait. Raiden, wait. You're jumping to conclusions. Don't assume. I was just pretending to be married to Colonel. He was protecting us. It's okay. You know what? Let bygones be bygones. Your trauma is gone now because it was just a fake marriage. And she's like, this is your son, Little John.
Yeah.
Oh, Little John. That's her son's name. What pissed me off is Raiden's gonna go, oh, like, are you sure about that? Look at him.
Look at the kid.
Look at him.
He's literally you.
His name is Little John. And not only that, you're gonna first off, they hit with no protection, obviously, and he's gonna be shocked. Like you
Look, like Raiden grew up in like the bushes of Liberia with like a AK or something.
eating gunpowder.
The dude, the guy did not have the greatest education.
He's gonna be such a great dad. His first thing in front of his son was denying him.
And that kid is old enough to have like cognitive thoughts. So like imagine it's like, here's your dad, and he's like, you're not mine.
You're not my son.
Get out of here.
And his little son is doing his like best little anime protagonist voice. I love that little. It's Jennifer Hale. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's Jennifer Hale. That's Little John's voice
Wow.
actress. Like, I'm not scared. Like he's doing his best little like Ash Ketchum voice.
I think you're cool. Kinda like a comic book superhero.
Basically, Rose is like, look, this is your son. I was fake married to Colonel. I love you. I'm gonna be the best mother and wife this family needs. And I'm like, you guys are not well.
No, they're not. They're in a worse place than they were in 2.
First off,
they're in a worse place.
I feel like they probably spent like 5 minutes together in total. Like like in 2, they had a few dates and then they were just boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
Mhm.
And then he went on to his mission in Metal Gear Solid 2. Then that happens, right? And then was it after where like no, it was during where he was basically an alcoholic and having a hard time with her, right? Remember, like she was like, you'd always drink and leave and blah blah blah. That was during their dating.
Yeah, that would happen, and then it escalated after, and he just became worse.
Yes.
Because
yes, that's what she said at the beginning of this game. That's what she said,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Because like understandably so, Raiden's literal reality broke in front of him.
Yes.
They basically Truman showed him.
He thought he was talking to her. Well, he probably, like that whole.
Oh my God! It was Truman Show.
Yes.
Oh God.
And you would think he'd come home and everything be fine. Then he became a drunkard. He left. He fought. He was violent. Then he dipped. I mean, it was cool. He went, dipped, and got Sunny. But then, like, his body got destroyed in the process. He went MIA.
Mhm.
All this stuff like that. And then she, for years, raised Little John, who was probably about 5. So they went from dating, hooking up with no protection. Wear protection, guys, please. I mean, if one, not to have a kid with someone who needs support, but just wear protection. They hooked up, wore no protection, had a kid, and then she wound up being a single mother for like 5 years. So she's a kid with someone she barely knows.
Well, I mean, Colonel was there for a little bit.
Yeah, but he's the pops. He's not. That's what I'm saying. Like she's gonna come back. Oh my God!
I'm
that
just
little
saying.
boy thinks Colonel's his dad.
I know. You know, he definitely called Colonel Dad once. And then, like, what you think? Rose went like, "No, that's not Dad."
It's not your dad.
Then who is he?
Where's my dad?
Where's Dad?
I bet he's a super cool ninja. It's like,
Does that mean every time we called Rose during 4, like Little John was just around the corner playing with like little Lego sets or something?
it was like that viral news clip where the guy's doing the news segment and the kids barge to the door.
Oh, that's so funny.
And he's just like off camera. She's like, just fucking stupid.
Stop! You're gonna blow my cover.
But I mean, it's kind of similar to Sunny. She had to marry Colonel, and then Colonel granted her protection, and through extension, her son. No one knew about, right? Her son.
No, I think Meryl mentioned that they have another kid in the beginning of
You see, I'm
Act
sorry.
1.
It's been 14 parts.
No,
So,
it's been a
so
while.
everyone thought it was Colonel's.
Everybody thought it was Colonel's
But then
kid.
you look at this fucking kid with silver hair, and you're gonna tell me that's Colonel?
No, Colonel's like,
I have silver hair.
I have silver hair right now. I'm a silver fox.
Oh my god. Yeah, Colonel's. I mean, Colonel's kind of a G, and Meryl and him talk about this like during their little segment. But like basically he suffered the consequences of pretending to be married to Rose. Like he was really trying to help her and he couldn't tell anyone it was a farce. He had to stand by this even when Meryl was so upset by it. And like you kind of got to fuck with that like you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like it sucks, but like he saved the life of two people.
yeah, and that's this arc that Colonel went on is the arc that Big Boss thought he had.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Like Big Boss thought he went and pulled what Colonel did.
Yeah, Colonel's the real hero.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what? Wow, I'm looking at Colonel in a new light. Like Colonel had such a good. Oh my god, think about this too, T. Colonel and the AI program. It wasn't even Colonel. It was not even his fault. They used his voice, his likeness. Fuck AI.
Mm-hmm.
They used his voice and likeness to fuck with Raiden, and Raiden from then was just mentally just traumatized and like had a psychotic break, mental break. What did Colonel do? He didn't have to. He saw what happened when they used his likeness, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of your girl.
And you know what's crazy? Like
Wow.
Colonel played no part in 2.
Yes.
Colonel was probably retired. He was probably
He was retired.
Yeah, Colonel was probably just doing his own thing. And he saw what happened and he was like, nah, I'm gonna help. That was messed up.
Yeah, that was foul. Let me jump in and make sure. And he did it, and he held that secret for years because Rose was. Oh wait, now I'm feeling bad for Rose because at the end of 2, she was pregnant, and Raiden was becoming violent and a mess. Oh,
Yeah, that's rough.
the therapy.
No, they're gonna need a lot of work.
You know, it's good that Metal Gear Solid 4 ends with them on the like hospital bed hugging because that's all I want to see.
I mean, I'm rooting for him. You know,
He needs inpatient services. He needs to be
Raiden needs to go to a hospital for a little bit.
for a little bit.
And look,
And I don't mean that to laugh, but like he's traumatized.
the dude went through a lot. Like
Just a few hours ago, he was spitting some tanks with his toes. Like you can't just go to the supermarket after that. She can't send him to get some like cinnamon toast crunch after that. You can't go to CVS
No, you can't.
after that.
you can't.
You know what I mean?
Imagine navigating a self checkout and you're like, like
you hear the robot voice. You're like, that's it.
like that sounds like what was on Arsenal Gear. Oh my god.
So he's. Well, you know what? We get the nice little wrapped bow that he has his family. He has his girl. He has a son, and it's nice because God knows he can't have another child.
Yeah, but he has the one.
He has the one, and he has his girl, and she's willing to be with him and work with him. So, it's we get kind of a nice ending given the state of the world and given kind of how everyone ended up. It's like the best that you could do. I mean, when Metal Gear Solid 4, when you first played it, how did you think the ending went?
I was I would say I was satisfied. I was confused about Ocelot's motivations
Mm-hmm.
for honestly
Everything.
a very long time. It took me a very long time to like really understand what Ocelot was doing. Cuz even then like I don't even think we touched on this back when we were talking about Ocelot. But like he
Oh my god, we did it!
he truly he hypnotized himself.
Wait, yes. Oh my god, this epilogue never ends. Ocelot was not taken over by Liquid. Big Boss in his lore dump states that Ocelot hypnotized himself and basically tricked himself into thinking he was taken over by Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all just
It was all just an act to see. This is the act that made the Patriots trigger this algorithmic response. And on paper, it makes sense, but like, man, is it crazy. And since Ocelot, like, it wasn't just an act like me, like, I'm going to pretend I'm Liquid now. But deep down, I know that I'm T.
no, Ocelot truly believed.
He believed to his core that he was Liquid. And that's why he played it so convincingly. And that's why he actually tried to end the world, because that's what Liquid would have done. But it
But then
wasn't
there was like a deeper thing where Ocelot was also still there at the end.
Yeah, and like there was like a nice touch, and I think we touched on it a little bit during the last episode. But like, I love that in the final fight between Snake and Ocelot, you literally beat the Liquid out of Ocelot, because when the fight starts, the health bar for Ocelot is Liquid.
It just says Liquid.
Part 2 of that fight, it says Liquid Ocelot. And then part 3 of that fight, Ocelot. And then that's when our kiss happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this
like
is
Sleeping Beauty.
almost. Yeah, look at that. But like, it's like a
You awoke him.
yeah, like that was the part where Ocelot came back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just think that that's kind of like a neat little detail.
It is. It is. It's like 2 parts, and I think it's like a homage to like all the previous fights. There's the theme for each game plays as you fight Liquid Ocelot, and then Ocelot. But I do like your point that it's also him coming back from the depths of his mind. The real, like, you know, he's so hypnotized, you have to break him out of this stupor.
Mm-hmm.
All this for a man.
Yeah, all this to just bring Big Boss back.
Ocelot, stand up, girl.
And then
Stand up.
then all of that work just for like Big Boss to die in like a day.
You don't
He
even
died like a day later.
and you don't even get to kiss him. Like all the
Mm.
it's at least Old Snake and Otacon, everybody, they wanted the world to continue. They wanted to save humanity. What did Big Boss want? At the end of it, he didn't even care about that.
Not really. I think it was really just for Ocelot to wake up Big Boss, because he loved him that much.
Yeah, Ocelot's goal was nothing but Big Boss. And then Big Boss' goal is whatever the fuck, who cares? Like, just this evil man. You
One
know?
becomes 2, 3 becomes 4, 1 becomes 0.
Yeah, it's all Zero's fault. Yeah. What a hater. T, I mean, I feel like we're gonna end this episode. I'm gonna have so much more to say. But I mean, at this point, like with every other Metal Gear game, this one was supposed to be the last. It definitely feels final. You cannot give this much lore and wrap everyone's story with a nice bow if you didn't plan to never talk about them again.
Yeah, and canonically, and there are games after this one, but canonically, this is the last game. So, in the timeline, we're done.
Yay!
Yay!
Do you like this ending?
It's funny because like I do, but I have like a lot of critiques about it. And I love this series. I love this game. I know we spent a lot of time ragging on Big Boss and all this stuff, but it truly comes from a place of love. And I just feel that, given with my knowledge on where this series is gonna go, I wish we could have had like a little bit of a time machine and just tweaked some things around.
What do you feel about this ending cutscene being so long?
I mean, I get it. I mean, you build up so much stuff over decades, and the fans at this point in time, like, they were ravenous. It was kind of crazy. And Kojima just did his best to give everything a bow. And some bows were better than others, but everything got a bow, and I'll give him a gold star for that.
Do you think this was a scenario where he was like, "Here you guys go"?
Yes. Yes, I do. And not to say that like I believe Kojima had fun, and I think that like he likes for it. I'm not one of those guys that was like, oh, he hated making this game. I think he had a good time. But like it was one of those things where it's like, all right, damn, here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cuz like in 2, he Kojima said on multiple occasions it was like the ending, like what happens after isn't the important thing. Listen to what they're talking about. That's the ending.
And 2 ends beautifully. Like the series could have ended there. Like it's
Really could have.
gorgeous.
It really could have. And but people really wanted to know what happened after, and Kojima was like, "All right, here you go."
What? And then also too, I'm gonna kill my main character, so you cannot bring me back again. There is no way for you to bring me back after I kill the main character.
Psych, they're gonna bring him back.
I like Metal Gear Solid 4. I think it's great. I feel like everyone should play it once. I feel it's so. I mean, it's very, to me, similar to other games we'll talk about in the series. But as far as like 3, 2, and 1, it's the most different.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
the gameplay, the mechanics, even the story. It feels again like when we were like playing and taking notes. It feels like a movie. It felt like a playable movie. It felt very grand, and I think to me it's a nice bow. I do like it. It's just to your point. I think there's certain parts where it's like Kojima, like you. he left no room for discussion or like theories or lore. It's like no, it's this.
Yeah, there's no interpretation.
There could have been a moment where it's like, was that really liquid in here? Was that no, it's not, guys.
Yeah, and that's a whole other discussion, which maybe we'll leave for another day. But I think we could end this episode on something that's like actually like really nice. In the post-credits scene to this game, there's usually a stinger, right? But this time around, it's Snake talking to Otacon, and they talk about like, Snake's final days, and Snake is like, I'm just gonna go on my own. I don't want you to like be around for when this happens. And Otacon's like, no, I'm gonna be with you to the end.
I'll go with you.
Otacon, I'm gonna be dead soon. You don't have to come. What little time I have left will be spent living.
Exactly. That's why you need me. As a witness.
A witness?
Yeah. Someone on the outside to bear witness to your final days. Someone to pass on your story. Not that I'm the only witness. But I'll remember everything you were. And stick with you to the end.
Otacon.
Besides, you wouldn't let me suffer Sonny's eggs alone, would you?
And Snake even says that he quit smoking. And his reasoning was like, stuff will kill you. And I think that is like a really nice way to like it that I feel like that really encapsulates what Snake came to peace with.
Yeah.
Because like if anybody had an excuse to smoke, it was Snake.
And an excuse to like want to die.
Yeah, and he came to a place where like it would it have really mattered if he quit smoking? Probably not. But to Snake, the act of quitting is what was important, because at the end of the day, he chose to quit. And I think that that's like a symbolic gesture of like I may not have the time to reap the rewards of quitting smoking, but I quit smoking.
I'm making the choice to not quicken my death. I'm making the choice in living as long as possible. And also, I love you enough to stop.
Yeah.
You and Sunny always told me is to stop. I want to be here with you guys. I will stop.
Like, I want you to remember me as someone who stopped, you
Cool.
know?
I chose you guys.
Yeah. And I think that that's like a beautiful thing. And I genuinely really like that post credit scene. I think that of the many bows that Kojima tied in this game, I really like that one in particular.
I mean, that's the real ending. If
Yeah.
we're talking about like we have the epilogue, but then we have the stinger, the end of the game. It's like he chose life.
Yeah.
You chose life. In Metal Gear Solid 2, it's choosing yourself, it's choosing your story. And with Old Snake, he may not have a lot of time left. It's not his fault. It's not fair. But with the time he's given, I'ma do me.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. It does end on such a note of love. And I mean, I don't at the bare minimum, people again argue with your mother. Like they're a family. They are a unit. Like you know when he says it, like Otacon and Snake are gonna stick together until it's Snake's time to die.
Mm-hmm.
And like if that's not love, I don't
That's
know.
love, man.
That you know what I mean? Like if that's not love, I don't know what your definition is. So what a game.
Can you believe it?
I
Can you
can't
believe that we're done?
I can't believe it. I'm now kind of sad. We're gonna stop recording and I'm just gonna just sniffle a little bit and just be like, damn, it's over. What now?
It's kind of funny because in the beginning of this, I was like, I want this to be done, and now that it's done, I'm like, oh, it's done.
Um,
I kind of feel the same that when I actually finished Metal Gear Solid 4.
with a heavy heart.
I'm like, it's done. Wow.
See what a phenomenal discussion we've had. I mean, this game is hopefully going to be available to more people in the near future. I hope so.
I hope so too. It's a fantastic game. It's a crime that it's stuck on the PS3. It really is.
And it's way different to play it than just watch it. Or watch someone's playthrough. It's worth it. It's Solid Snake's final story
Mhm.
and final mission. So what a game. But everyone, we're gonna end it here. That is it for Metal Gear Solid 4.
We're closing this book.
We're closing it. Snake's closing the book on being a soldier. And like him, we live our life to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. Yay!
Yay!
Oh man, what's next for Metal Gear University then? The
Um.
MGU.
Okay. Well, a little peek under the hood. I'm literally starting school next week, so I won't have the time to do these 101s that are so extensive. So we're gonna do a couple of 201s up until maybe when the semester is over.
You think so?
What?
I feel like we might jump into the next game before your semester ends.
Yeah, maybe. I always psych myself out.
Yeah, I think I think heed your own advice. You're in your head too much. You
Mm,
got this.
thanks.
But I think you're right though. A couple 201s. We'll see how long. I think we have a list of them, so we'll
Yeah.
start there, and then we'll see if we jump into the next game, which is
Peace Walker,
and the introduction
your favorite guy,
of all time.
who's actually real
You-
and not
no,
liquid.
No, I say it's the introduction because it's actually him this time.
Yeah, Kazuhira Miller.
My man, I cannot wait to talk about him. Okay, that'll be for a few weeks from now.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, T, thank you so much. Everyone listening, thank you so much. That'll be it for today's episode. Hope you are well. Take it easy. If you're on the East Coast or Southern East Coast, what's that area called? Florida, North Carolina, East Coast? Whatever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's cold. Be
Yeah,
careful.
Yeah, it's very frigid right now. We're in New York. It is the Arctic out
Tundra.
there. It's crazy.
Yeah, so be careful, stay safe, get some snacks for the weekend and the weeks and the months. But we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. As always, you can email us at itstkandm@gmail.com. That is itstkandm@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitch on TKNM, Blue Sky, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Reach out, say hi. We're chilling.
We're out there.
We're out there. T, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Episode.
Good episode.
Okay, whatever. Bye, guys.
Bye.